These guys have been blowing by on those dirt bikes for like hours. It's kind of annoying. So if you hear the dirt bikes while I'm talking, they're dirt bikes. But anyways, the photo book that has taken a long time to make is finally done. So if you don't want to take the time to watch this entire video, I'm gonna go ahead and just do a quick 30-second spiel. 30-second spiel about the book, and you can just watch that and skip the video and order it. So I started working on this book in January, and it just released today, October 8th, 2019. All right? Yeah, October 8th, 2019. Instagram really focuses on viewing single images, which is nothing wrong with that. They have the carousel thing, but you don't get to see a body of work in just one view, and I think there's something very special to that. So I took the time to curate this book in that manner. I wanted to challenge the viewer to take time to perceive each collection and ask, how does it feel? You can get the book in a digital format or an anti-digital format, and all those links will be in the description. Thanks for tuning in, and that was the 30-second spiel. Thanks for tuning in, and that was your 30-second spiel. That's so hard to say. So for those who want to stick around, welcome. So it was December or November, I got hit up by Thought Catalog. They're the publisher that I went through. I remember I was in a parking lot in Half Moon Bay in California on the phone with them. I was like, sure, I'll make a book. I went home like later December, early January. I guess I really didn't look through the PDFs that well because I came home to a check from Thought Catalog, and I was like, oh, I should probably take this a lot more seriously than I thought. So I started taking it seriously, and I worked probably anywhere between 5 to 10 hours a day on it for pretty much all of January, all the way up until the end of March, I believe. I probably put somewhere between 200 to 300 hours just in this book alone. I had this Illustrator document that I literally just dumped and it was a mess. Got the point across though. It translated into this book. So basically, after I finished messing around with the Illustrator document, I sent it off to KJ, who works at Thought Catalog. She did all the layout throughout here. And that's good because I'm really bad at layout. I wish I could name everyone on the team. I really only talked to KJ, and I know there was someone helping on writing, there was someone helping on other things. I don't know. I just sent them the PDF. The people I know of, Bianca, Chris, Noel, KJ, like I said, thank you guys if you're watching this. If you're not, still, thank you. And for everyone else at Thought Catalog, thank you. It was very seamless to work with you guys, and I'm very happy with the product that we collaborated on together. Which brings us to the purpose and the point of this book. I kind of shared it in the 30-second spiel, 30-second spiel, but I want to expand on it a little more. It's raining, so the audio might be weird. So the idea behind this book was to put a collage focus, and the reason behind this is because Instagram very much caters to viewing a single piece of content. They have the carousel feature, but like I said, there is something so special about viewing an entire collection together, and that's what I wanted to focus on, was curating those collections into however the viewer wants to perceive it. I guess I kind of just said all that at the beginning, but anyways, that's a very slightly more detailed. Let's just get into the book. I want to go over some of my favorite pages in here. First off, the front of it's very fun. It's just literally a bunch of my journal entries scanned onto the cover page, which is kind of sick. You flip on in and there's just a bunch of stuff at the beginning, and then it goes right into the photography. If you could please turn to page 58 and 59, and maybe mark 70, 71 as well. I've always enjoyed black and white photos, and I just honestly don't shoot them enough. So the far left images, I think they were just shot literally next to each other on the same roll of film. The top right image was a totally different day, I think shot on Delta 3200, and same with that image to the right just below it, same day. And then the one below that is a totally different day in a totally different state. All those are shot on film, and then the middle image is shot on a 5D Mark IV. And that's kind of the fun part about this, is I wanted it to not matter where or when or how it was shot, pull from this year, that year, this location, this camera, mash it together into this. And as you view these pages, like, the point is for you to perceive it yourself. That's why I really like this page, is because none of these subjects are very identifiable. So it's easy to kind of put yourself in their place and imagine how you would perceive these settings. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't want to over-explain it, because I feel like when you over-explain things, it kind of loses the magic. And then you can flip to page 7071 if you're following along in your book. This was all shot in the same place, probably like one day, then the next day. This was a trip to Hawaii I took in 2017. But even then, it's kind of fun because you look at 58, 59, and then 70 and 71. I don't know, for me, it feels very similar, even though these are all different people and time and places on 58, 59, and then this is all the same place in Hawaii, 2017, shot in the same roll of film. They're still like relatable, and I don't know, I think that's just really cool. Like, I don't really want to over-explain it, like I said. All right, if you would please turn in your book to page 6061. This is another favorite collection of mine. It also goes with that theme of having the subject not so identifiable. I found that to be a common theme throughout a lot of the images I preferred, actually. These top left photos, these three, are all shot on film, the very same day, the very same roll. And then the other three are actually all shot on a Mark IV. This is a fun one to explain, because you know, the top three, same day, same roll of film, and then the bottom is a totally different year. The film shots were in 2017. These two bottom ones here were shot in 2018, but at the same location. And then the very top one, 2017, shot in Washington. So it's like a puzzle when you get to like create all these together, and it doesn't have to be the same place, same day, same roll of film, same camera. Like, honestly, I just sat in that Illustrator document and just like pieced them together for up to 200, 300 hours. I really like it, and I love how much isn't said in this one, because again, it's that unidentifiable factor to where you just get to like, yeah, I just, like I said, I don't want to all right, if you would please turn to page 76 and 77. Right off the bat, you cannot identify the subjects, and if you didn't notice, there's a little person right there on the cliff edge. So these are from the same location, two totally different time periods. One was fall 2018, and the other one is my very first roll of film, shot back in early summer 2017. Same place, different time period, different people. Both of these images are also candid. I didn't direct any of them. I don't want to over-explain it, because it's kind of your job as the viewer to feel it out for yourself. It's different for me because I took these images, I know the people, I know the time periods of my life, so my perception is going to be very attached to this. If people decide to tell me, I'm interested to see like how certain collections made them feel. It's kind of just like an activity book, in a way. I also really like how simple this page is. Instead of, 6 or 7 images, it's just 2, and that's all there needs to be. So also in this book, if you would turn to page 108, it's the Alaska section, which I'm not gonna go too into it. There's a little writing here. Shout out to Bianca for making me sound better. And then it's just like a ton of photos from my very first trip to Alaska, which if you wanna actually read this, you'll have to buy the book to hear about it. But it was an incredibly special trip to me, and makes me feel a good way. I hit a couple bucket list items, like the Northern Lights and shooting at a snowy beach, and it was just Alaska. It just meant a lot. And then we flip to page 126, 127. There's a lot of writing by none other than herself, Sonora Mindwaro. If you have watched the vlogs, you probably watched the Iceland vlogs, and this is just an entire, it's really raining hard. This is just an entire collection of Iceland photos from our trip, which is just really fun to look back on and really fun to reminisce on. And Sonora's writing is really excellent. She just nailed it. I'm just like getting excited looking through all this. But the very last section, it's really raining. I hope it's not bad audio. And so the very last section, and the section most important to me, is what I titled the homie section. Hundreds of images of the people in my life over the past few years who have just been around. And so the homie section is really an embodiment of the best education I never asked for that I got from this entire book process, which brings us to the conclusion. Making this book, I sifted through 4 to 5 years worth of work. Personal work, client work, film, digital. It's just like interesting seeing all the images you took because images that I was really fond of back in that year, I didn't care about, and images that I totally just passed over, I'm now really stoked on. And it's just like this funny thing, and it just showed me what truly mattered. And like I said, that's that homie section right there. It's about the people you share those experiences with. Like those photos in the homie section, they're not client work. They're not something you'd put in your portfolio, but there's just a value to them that you can never accurately put a price on. It literally just has value and not a price. And that's, yeah, I don't want to over explain it. There's just so many lessons I learned from this book process that's so personal to me that I just can't accurately illustrate to you guys. And that's fine, because I need to end this video anyway. If you're thinking about making a book or a zine or a project or something, do it, because like I said, it's gonna be the best education you never asked for. There is the digital version and the anti-digital version, links below. Give a big thanks to Thought Catalog, KJ, Noel, Chris, Bianca, and everyone else who helped out on it. It's crazy to see this in my hands and in digital. But of course, I want to thank you guys who support me, who support my work, who watch the vlogs, who follow me on Instagram, who buy prints, who buy books, whether it's digital or... Because of your support, I was able to travel, to experience these places, to meet these people, to produce the work within this book. So I think I don't need to say anything more other than thank you so much. It's pretty sick to see all this come to fruition. And with that, I think this video is done.